Hello everyone, today I'm going to do a makeup look that's simple, just sort of some really basic makeup, but I've been asked to do a slow video so as people can follow it step by step. So this video will possibly be a little bit longer than most of the ones that I've uploaded to YouTube, but bear with me because it's step by step for those that want that. So I'm going to start right from the very beginning. So one of the first things really important is always the canvas that you're painting on. It's like your skin is your canvas for your painting, and you won't have good makeup on bad skin. So it's really important that you start with the skincare. And definitely if you're over sort of 40, collagen goes like that in your skin. You need to be putting lots of collagen products in there. But skincare is a whole nother world. But just for some basics, micellar, it's a great cleanser. Any type of micellar is really good because it kind of magnetizes the dirt in your skin and just throws the dirt particles at the cleanser. Now I've actually washed my face. I've been in the bath, I've had a wash and everything, but it's always good to have a good cleanse first, because particularly I find in my eyebrows, and I'm exactly going to show you that, I get bits of foundation that clog up the eyebrows, and also the soap and water, my flannel, doesn't really get right down to get the makeup out that might still be sitting there if I didn't cleanse last night, which I am going to tell you I didn't. I'm not very good at that, whether it be just I'm tired, maybe I've come in from partying and I'm drunk, not as often as I would perhaps like now, but that is a possibility. So, you know, you don't always at the end of the day sit down and do as you should, take your makeup off, and do all your cleanse, tone and moisturise before bed, as we was taught 2 years ago. But the good news is that most makeup these days, FM's entire range, is actually mineral makeup, which means it's quite breathable. So it doesn't do quite as much damage to your skin, but it is always a good idea if you can make sure that you've got it well removed, preferably before bed. But definitely before you try to apply any more, because you won't get a good look if you've still got patches of makeup left. So I've gone around my face a couple of times. It's still throwing dirt out. So actually look like now I haven't really been in the bath, but I have, believe me. If you could smell me, I'm okay. I'm clean. So that'll do. So again, with skincare, we've got a whole host of products on the market, FM, other companies. It's just a minefield out there, so I'm not going to go too in depth on skincare and skincare products on this video, because this one's about makeup. But if you want something that's just really simple, really good for your skin, we do this complete care cream, and it can be used on the face or on other parts of the body. And I actually find that it works great on my hands because I have wrinkly hands. You probably can see that in the video. It's really moisturising, hydrating. It seems to feel like it goes really deep into your skin. Now, I do use other products as well because I am over 50. I look it when I've got no makeup, I know, but you'll be surprised at the end. But once you start getting older, you do need to be putting that collagen back into the skin, because this is where everything starts to move in places it didn't used to move to. You're trying to put your eyeshadow on and your eyes are moving different. That's because your collagen's going. So that's why collagen's so important. But anyway, so that'll just do me for a base of makeup, so my skin feels nice and fresh. And then this is one of my favourite and best-selling products. It's called Silicone Base. So it works a bit like a primer. So it's like a foundation. I think some of the girls actually call it like a polyfiller. Now, polyfiller, it's a good name because it works in that way. It fills in the cracks, it fills in the lines, it evens out the skin. So, you know, you don't get sort of like foundation and powder settling into your creases. But polyfiller sounds really, really heavy. And it's not, it's a really light product. I'll just show you if you can see when I squeeze it. There you go. It's just a clear gel, and it does feel light on, but what it does fill in those creases, so very good to put sort of around the eye area, filling in those creases, but also it makes your skin feel unbelievably velvety and soft and smooth, because it just evens everything out. So if your skin's a bit dry, patchy, as I say, you've got any sort of like open pores or lines that just need filling in before you put your makeup, you're just creating a lovely base with this. Now, just smooth that around your face. It doesn't need to be rubbed right in. It's just smoothed over. And it's like, it doesn't feel like I've got anything sticky on my face or anything like that. So that's an absolutely great product. And even if you're only going for, say, a tinted moisturiser look or anything like that, or just even a bit of like bronzer if you're on holiday, it's still great. It's like if you put your foundation on your skin and it drags. You probably have all experienced that. It drags because your skin's a bit dry and it's dragging. This stops that dragging. It will just smooth straight over beautifully. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to use our Lumilift, and I use that in the colour cream, which is the lighter one. I always like to go a bit light with my foundations and build colour back up. That works for me because I'm not a natural toner. I'm not a person who likes sun, so I don't hardly ever go outside, so I very rarely have colour. But if I do want a little bit of colour, I use the CC cream, which is a little bit like tinted moisturiser, and that I use that in the darker shape when I do want to be a bit more colourful. But as a rule, I generally go for the lighter ones. So just as easy as using a brush. Brushes have the advantage of, I think that they get you a nice, smooth sort of finish. If you've got a good brush, or I like these, where it's like you kind of can just smooth it around like that. But the important thing with your foundation is to remember, in your last strokes on your face, always go downwards, because you've got very fine downy hair on your face. And if you don't smooth downwards, then what happens is the hairs are laying all different ways, and that's when you get really patchy. So it's no good just and that's it. You've got to be working in that downwards as your final thing. So brush is optional. I like the spoon brushes, the little ones that are on a spoon, because they get really nicely into the eye area and around the nose. Fingers is fine. That's why I'm using fingers to show you. Fingers is fine, because I know a lot of people are a fan of fingers. That works for some people. And actually, personally, I prefer to just depend on what my foundation is. If I've got a more liquidy foundation, it probably goes on better with a brush. If I've got a dry foundation, it might go on better with my fingers. And your brushes as well. With a foundation brush, if you've got the flat foundation brushes, they will be, after the first couple of times you've used them, they get a bit of the makeup product into them and they start to glide a lot better. First couple of times you use them might feel a little bit draggy, but they just kind of need breaking in. So that's foundations. All foundation does is evens out your skin tone, covers up blemishes, etc., and just gives you that base. So next, I'm going to do what I call cheek contouring, and it's cheek contouring probably for the over 50s. We love to cheat, because all the youngsters, they're all there with the videos, but when you're over 50, things aren't quite in the same place as they are in the videos, so we do a bit of cheek contouring. So I've got one of our mix and match palettes. Now mix and match palettes, I'll just show you a couple of others. This is a small one, that one's got eyeshadows in. This is another large one. They will come with these magnetic lids as well, which is great. And then there you've got a highlighter, a blusher, and you've got 4 eyeshadows of choice. So a bit some strange colours in there, but that's because I do some strange makeup looks sometimes for my job. You maybe would go for perhaps sort of some more subtle colours or a better combination. But the great thing is, if you've got one and you don't like it, or you've got one that you love and you use it till that one runs out, each section will come back out, they're magnetic, so you can just buy another eyeshadow and replace like your favourite, which is great, because how often have we had a whole palette and then your favourites run out and you don't use the palette no more, and you've got all the other colours that you maybe would use in with it, because the favourite's gone, that palette's redundant. So these are great for that. And of course, once you've actually bought this bit, you just buy the inserts to suit yourself, so this bit's only a one-time investment. So this is a blusher, well, bronzer, blusher and highlighter that I've got in this particular one. So I'm going for the browner one, the darker, the bronzer, and I'm just loading up a brush. Now what I do like about this brush is it's this particular one. is a bit slanty. It doesn't matter, any blusher type brush would do, but I like the fact it's quite slanty because it works quite well with the shape of your face. So you have to bear with me because I'm blind as a bat without my glasses. I need a mirror because I can't see in the camera either. So what you're going to do, you're going to suck in your cheeks so as to put the bronzer, we're putting this darker colour below our cheekbones, okay? Okay, so load up your brush and just bring that down. And you can probably already see that that has started to slim and shape that side of my face. It looks a lot more shaped. So gently go over it so as it blends in a bit. You don't want to at this stage blend it in too much, okay? And then you can bring that same colour just round the edge of the face, round to the other side. And at the other side, do the same thing. So can you see, I've not brought it to my jawline. I've not brought it right down to near my lips. Just there where I want to be a little bit more shaped, a little bit more chiselled. Okay. And then we're going to take the colour and put it under the chin to create a shadow that is going to take away the double chin. And you can probably see already, I can see, and I haven't even got glasses, I can see there's a difference. Okay, other things you can do with your darker shade, bring it down the side of the nose. If you've got a nose that you would like to reshape, so you can use a smaller brush if you want to do that properly. But this is just the fundamental ones. Another little one with your darker colour. Place it under that bottom lip. It helps make that bottom lip come out. So you can probably see already that my face is starting to look a slightly different shape to when I started. It's a fantastic thing. Subtle, but there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my brush and put it into my pinky blusher. Pinky colours, pinky rosy reddy shades. They're really flattering for the over 50s, maybe even the over 40s. I'm talking over 50s because I'm 51. But, you know, these rules applied to me 10 years ago. So, you know, over 40s. And, you know, if you're young, you can get away with anything. So follow these rules or make your own colours up. That's fine. So, we're going to just load the brush up. And now we're going to smile with no teeth. Because we're looking to get these little rosy apples. Okay. So then next we're going to the highlighter one. So that is this light one, which is shimmery and light reflective. And in fact, the Lumilift foundation is quite light reflective. So that bounces off really nice light in photos. And then this will do the same. So what we're going to do is just take that up the top of the cheekbone here. Because that bit, we want that bit out. We want this bit to be contoured in. And that will give us a better shape. And then you can bring that down the chin, down the centre of the nose, and also take it up to the forehead. So that's your basics. And I'm just going to have a look in a mirror at my colour. So I just think I'm going to go back and just blend a little bit there. And I'm going to bring that brown, the darker brown, just round a little bit more because I wouldn't mind a little bit more colour in some other places. Okay. So that's your basic face. That's your sort of like your coverage. And now we're going to just work with eyes to bring the eyes out. So one of my other favourite FM products is the retractable eyebrow pencil. It's fully retractable. It's a soft and creamy pencil, which is lovely because it means it goes on. It's not scratchy. You haven't got to sharpen it. If you do want to sharpen the end and have a sharper end, there is a little sharpener actually built into it. But with eyebrow pencils, I think they tend to work better not sharpened. So I'm just going to go through the eyebrow and have to remember not to put the mirror in the way so you can see. But all I'm going to do is like little hair strokes, starting at the beginning and just work my way through. And just bring that right round. So again, start from the beginning, little hair strokes, bring that round. So you can already see the difference. So now just going to straighten out the shape in there at the top there. And bring that down. And just tidy up underneath as well and bring that round. So as you can see, it's a really natural look, but definitely so much more enhanced, better shape, framing my face, framing my eye area than before. So same again on the other side. This side is actually quite hard for me because I've got a very small scar at the start of this eyebrow. So work my way on the scar tissue. So if you can see really carefully, the scar tissue's in there, but I've took the pencil sort of around the outside of it just to give the impression of a fuller start to my brow, and then bringing it down and round. By keeping it in those gentle hair strokes though, that's where you're getting that really natural look. So eyebrows. Eyeshadow, I'm going to use this. This is some really great colours, particularly if you're of a certain age. I've had these colours and I've used them to do makeup for ladies that are going perhaps to the races or going to weddings and having makeup done within the 60s and 70s. These colours would suit literally any age, okay? They're a bit purpley and a subtle pinky colour. Now, sometimes people are a bit alarmed when they see the purple because that doesn't sound like everybody's going to wear that. But believe me, this is one of the surefire colours that just works. The actual little eyeshadow thing is an old FM product that's been discontinued, but we do in the palettes now very similar colours, but I haven't purchased them as yet in those colours. So because I've only got colours I didn't want to use, I'm gonna show you with this one. So I'm just going to take a little brush. And the basis of putting your colour on, go with the darker colour first of all. And what you're wanting to do, you really need to go in that sort of shape. Okay, you're wanting to go around your crease area and the top of your eye and do it sort of inverted C. That's how you want it to be. But if you're a little bit older, you're going to find that if you go too much into your crease, it's going to make this look really hooded. So what you need to do is to bring it just that little bit higher. Make sure you're bringing it outside of the crease, because then you're going to avoid that hooded look. So you can go down into the crease now, but it needs to finish outside of the crease. If you finish in the crease, and I will show you on the other one in a second, the difference. See, if you look at that one, can you see how that bit there just looks fatty and hanging, hooded? But as soon as you start taking your colour out of there, you lose that effect again. Okay. So, get another brush and you're going to go for the lighter colour now. Load up with that lighter colour. And bring that between the eyebrow pencil and your colour. And I'm also going to take it across the main eyelid in this colour. Okay. So I'm going back to my first brush and I'm going back to my darker colour now. I'm going to slightly load up on the darker colour and then I'm going to work that in, but now I'm going to start blending the two together. Now, as a tip, if you was to go too far out, you could just get a bit of foundation to just tidy that corner off, but I'm okay with that. So then, also, you can get a smaller brush, load it up on the tip of it with the darker colour, and then join the darker colour from where it finishes here, and just bring it to the under eye. Okay. Now, if you want to really start making that eye pop, we can go back to the highlighter. Get another brush. Load up with our highlighter. You can bring it into the corner of the eye there. And just work it into that corner like that. Okay. And you can also bring a dab of that. Maybe done a bit more than I would have liked on that eye, but never mind. Brush. And just blend that all together. Okay. So, eyeliner. If you're going to go with an eyeliner, I'm going to use a vibrant blue now just to be a bit way out there. But I thought if I go with a blue, it means that you'll be able to see it. Now, this is one of our eye zone creators, but you can use, we've got the retractable that's like the brow pencil in different colours. And coming this week, we've got our waterproof that will last for 16 hours. 16 hours in blue, purple, there's a lime green. And we've also got orange, red and pink, and they're lip liners, but they also can all be used on your eyes and your lips, and they last 8 hours, I believe it is, on the lips, waterproof. So they are quite amazing. So watch this space because videos will be coming next week, but for now I'm going to stick with this, and I'm just going to do a little bit of liner in the blue. All I'm going to do, and I'm really going to struggle doing this now on camera with no glasses, but I'm going to take the point and then just gradually work from just almost there. Can you see where I started? And I'm using the point to my advantage, bringing that point through. I'm going to come underneath and just dabby dabby dabby, because we've got that bit of purple underneath. I don't need a lot going right under. Then I'm going to wing out a little bit there and then join it there. Okay. And then because the other eye, I'm going to do it the opposite way round because of the way my hand is. It's easier to start at the bottom. It's just the way I do it. So I'm going to come dabby dabby dabby. I'm going to reload on the refill first. These have the powder in the bottom, so you just give it a little twist in to reload. So I'm going to come round a bit dabby 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 there, because I only want it subtly just blending in. I'm going to wing it out, and then using the point to my advantage, start there. Might need to have a little reload as well. Bring it down and meet with the wing. Okay. If you think that you've gone a bit mad, just blend it in a little bit to settle it, or use a bit of your eyeshadow and go across it and just make it a blended look. So if you end up with big splodges, that's always just a way of like having a look for today, but like that you've done it you know, in a different look, not the look you intended, but it looks okay. So that's that. Sex Phenomenal Mascara. I would not use any other mascara. We do so many mascaras, and they're all great mascaras, but this is the one for me. A lot of the beauty of this mascara is actually in the comb. So what I like about it is, as you use it, it will comb your lashes through and separate them, so you don't get a clogged up look. Okay. Okay. So then when you come to do your tops, I usually will just bring it slightly down on the top in case I've got any powder there. Then bringing it through, bringing it through. Bringing it through. Just combing, combing, combing. It's important with this one, really. You don't do what I've just done there. Don't use the end of the brush, because the end of the brush where you get that cloggy bit. So if you use the sides of the brush, it's doing the comb through and coating the lashes. If you start using that end bit, that's where you get the cloggy bit. I forgot what I was saying then. For a brief minute, I just let you look at my eyelashes. But what I was going to say is, yeah, if you do it like sideways, you're getting the full benefit. Then when you come to do your second coat, it'll come through, but it literally layers bits of mascara onto the end of the lashes you've already got and seems to sort of lengthen them. I absolutely love that eyeshadow colours. They are just, for me, they are my favourite in eyeshadow colours. So, I didn't get a lipstick out, so I have to have a little look in my box, find a lipstick. Should we go for something bright? Because I've got that blue. What have we got? Let's see. And I think I'm going to show you one of these, because these are lovely to apply. What's this one? It's not too bright, this one. Okay, so these are the matte liquid lipsticks. So they're quite liquidy, look like a bit like a gloss, but they dry to a matte. And these will really last as long as you put them on correctly. So you just go around with your lips. Now, obviously, next week I'll be using our waterproof lip liners first. But for now, I haven't got any lip liners, so... So the trick with this is you apply the first coat and you blot on a tissue. Apply a second coat. And you leave that one to dry, and then you will find that it will last. Once it's dry, you don't really get marks on cups, so they last really well. So these are great, and they will dry matte, so that's a matte look. Obviously, if you like a more slick look, there's no reason why you can't slick some gloss over the top, but matte's obviously very much the in look at the moment. So just to finish looking at my final face, I think personally I'd like a little bit more colour in the red to go with what. It's always good once you've got your lipstick on, then just go back and recheck the colours that you've got, and just sort of put colour where you think you might need a little bit more. It's when you've got the lipstick, it means that like you may need heavier blusher, and it just reflects against your face if you've got bright lipsticks, dark lipsticks, etc. So yeah, there you go, there's your finished look. So I'm going to take off the silly things in my hair, take off my glasses, have a tidy up, and I'm sure you can probably see as I move my face, you can see the light reflective of all the highlighter and everything. So that's just messy hair because I haven't done my hair yet today, but that is your final look, and hope that you like it. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop me a message. You can find me on Instagram, #Mrs Windsor. websites below, so just follow my blog, because there you'll be able to find more hints and tips, and there's new stuff going on all the time. And if there's anything particular you'd like to see, then by all means let me know. Bye for now.